Hello everybody and welcome back. So we left off doing these gizmos flying around like this. In this one we're going to go into Houdini and we're going to make this asset here. It's just a tiny little cute thing with teeth, and the animation is a vertex animation inside the shader. So that's what we're going to do in the next tutorial. So yeah, we're going to use this one and place that one here instead. But in this tutorial, we're going to be in Houdini. So let's go in here. And so let's check out this one more time. So this one is a plane. If we do like this. So you can see there is lines here going up and down. So we're just going to make a plane that kind of offset. And if we are here, we're just going to make a grid. So this grid will be the wings. And the forward direction in Houdini is Z. So you see down here, if you look in the corner, you can see the Z is the forward here. And so let's see, this is forward. No, this is forward. So we want the head pointing in this direction. And the first thing we're going to do, so let's see, I just need to see my reference. Here it is. So we're going to have, because the Z is this direction, we only need lines this, because these are the ones that's going to bend. And if we do an UV texture like this and check it out, so it looks like this, and we're actually just going to do a quick material, and I have a mask for this. So if we do the opacity texture, and oh yeah, I need to save this one too. So in Unity, I'm going to save it in here. So I'm just gonna show, let's see, take this one here so I can save it. Save here. So now we have saved it. Now I saved it here, and here it is. And next to this hip file, I have this mask. So we're going to use this mask as wings. So the reason I saved it now is because when I do opacity texture and click here, then if I click hip here, then I go to the location where the hip file is. And here we can find the bat reference. So here we have it. So these are the wings, and let's do another color to it. So we're going to make sure that the wings are moving up and down. And we're going to mask this out with the color. So if we do a Wrangler, so this one is going to be our blue. So we're going to have a fade. So so we have the center here. So all the positions have some kind of value. So if we take the X value, they start from 0 and then go outwards. And the further out they go, the more blue they will have. We will use the blue value to multiply in the shader graph to make the wings flap. So if we just remove this one for now, so it's easier to show you. So we need a float fade start. If you don't really understand, you will get it when we have made this stuff here. See here, so that's correct. So what we want to do, we want to make a value, and the value going to be mapped into a new value. So we're going to take the position X. So the position is in this axis, right? And we're going to take this axis. We're going to map it from fade start to fade stop and do that from 0 to 1. And then we're going to set that value into a color. So we're going to have it set only in the blue channel. So this is the color, and this is red, green, and blue. And now if we do fade start, you can see here. So fade start is 0, that's in the middle, and then it goes out, and you can kind of control the fade here. And so this is X negative, and these are X positive. So we just need to take all the X values and do an absolute. So absolute will do negative numbers to positive. So with this mask, we're gonna fade into the shader. So yeah, here we have it. So now we can go back. So here we have it. So you don't really see it so well, but here we have it. And when you do shaders in Unity, when you look from the other side of the normal, you don't see anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a reverse. So if we look at this one and look at the normals, you see the normals is pointing up. Now, and make a new plane with the normals, it's pointing down. And then I take these ones and merge it. So now I have two planes pointing in both directions. So that's good. So now we can see the wings from above and the bottom. So that's the trickiest thing in this stuff. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to make the body. And we're going to use a line to make the body. We can just reference that one so we have something. Actually, I'm going to do like this. So the body needs to point in the Z direction forward. And up here, so this is the direction and this is the length. And here you can do offset where it should start. And it's going to start here somewhere. Yeah, something like this. A little bit smaller maybe. And then I want more points because we're going to bend this one. And then I'm just going to do a sweep. So the sweep one, we just do second input here, we do round tube. And then we do end cap type to grid. And I'm going to do a little bit smaller like this and less grid. And now here we can apply scale to it. So I'm going to do a little bit smaller. Let's see, let's do like this. So here you can tweak how you want it. And I guess I want it a little bit smaller and tail like this. Yeah, it can look like this, a little bit more cute one. So also I want to make some kind of ears, and I'm not going to go overboard with this model. So if I just make a sphere here, we need it smaller. We can actually merge these ones. So the ear is going to be a little bit more, I'm going to have it like polygon or maybe a mesh. Yeah. And I'm just going to make really small. It's going to be enough to be ears, maybe a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to move it around. So I'm going to kind of have them look like this. Yeah, perfect. And then I'm just going to do a mirror. Now we have it here. So now we have the ears like that. So that's going to be perfect. And then we just do the teeth too. So I'm going to make a tube. and it's huge. So we need to, so this one gonna be 0 here. And then I'm gonna do less, like this is enough, like only 3 in the resolution. And then the radius is gonna be smaller. And then we just do a transform. And we do it really small. So let's see. We just merged all these 3 here. So this is what we have now. And we need to move these teeth a little bit down. And move it in a bit. And I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm just gonna use the same mirror tool here, put it here, and here we have it. So what I'm gonna do, because in shader graph we need to differentiate stuff. Everything gonna be white. Everything gonna be black except the teeth. They're gonna be some other color. So what I can do, if I just make a color, and this one I'm gonna make red. And it necessarily don't need to be red later, but I'm just gonna use it to mask. And let's see here. And that should be it actually, because when we offset these ones, we can just multiply with the blue channel. The only thing that has blue here is the wings. And the body needs to be black, because we don't want anything on that one. So this is nice. This is perfect. And the last part we're going to do is, let's see here. So here, I'm going to have drop FBX. And if you look here, path. So if I do change this to name, now I can add a name to this one, because if we look into here, when we have this is a mesh. And you see, the mesh has mesh bat name. And I want this to be controlled. So in here, I can do, if I do on the primitives, I do s at name, mesh name. So now I can decide the mesh name, so mesh bat. Now I have the name on the mesh. So that's why I do this one. And then we're gonna have another wrangler. And this one gonna be shop material path. And this is gonna be material. So this is gonna be bat. Matte. So that's nice. And the last thing I want to do here, we need to transform. And the reason we need to transform it is because we need to change to the unity scale. So the unity scale want it to be 100 times more. So this is an add-on because I just forgot a small detail that's very important, because we have UV mapped these wings, which means everything here is not visible, and we need to UV map these parts too. So if we look at this one, and if you think about it, so the wing is going to be here, and so if we need to UV map this one too. This one is not UV mapped, so it would be some kind of default mapping, and it will be outside the wings. So what I need to do, I need to make sure that I UV map inside the wings. So here we're just going to make an UV texture. And so I know if we do this really small, I'm just going to offset it to be here. So I know this part is inside the wing. And then I'm just going to put it also at the teeth. And now everything is UV mapped. So this part is UV mapped inside the wing opacity. So it will be visible later when we work in the... So here we do it. We just do the bat. And save it. And now in Unity, if we... Here we have the bat, and if we throw it in, and here we have it. So let's use the shader we're going to make in the next tutorial. Just make sure that everything works. Or actually, we should do like this. We're going to make a shader graph and lit shader graph. And this is going to be the bat material. And we're going to make sure we have material. And in here, I'm just going to do the vertex color to make sure that everything works. And here we have it. So it seems to work. We have the blue color as we want, but the bat itself should be black. So we need to change that one. So here we have the color, and that seems to be correct. Oh yeah, okay. So we need to put the material on the bat itself too, because it seems to be two meshes. I don't know why. All right, and let's just try it out. So in the next tutorial, we're gonna make this shader. So it works. So yeah, and then we're gonna finalize it and put them following here. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.